Welcome back, everybody. DJ Numismatics, and we're back with a quarter box hunt. It's circulated, as you can see. I'm not seeing anything that screams silver. There's some dirty ones in there. And I was hoping to pick up a nickel box, but they only had 30 rolls. So instead of waiting until I could get more rolls to make a full box, we're just going to pair this quarter box hunt up to this nickel hunt. If I don't find anything to upgrade the album, or I should say fill the album, I think what I'll do, all my finds from these nickels, instead of pulling out the album at the end, unless I do find something that will seriously upgrade the album, I'll just put them aside until I can get a full box of nickels. So there is quite a few older ones mixed in with some newer stuff. So let's go ahead and start this hunt off with 30 rolls of circulated nickels. I'll bring you in on all my finds. We're on the second roll of nickels here, and we've got a 40s, and that is a 1946 from Philly. I'll check it under the scope, but I don't think it's a Henning nickel, because the Henning nickel has a die crack that goes through the U down to the dome, plus a notch in the R, the bottom leg of the R there, and I don't see either one. So I'll move on to the next find. We're on roll 7 of the nickels, and we got a 1958 out of Philadelphia. I see a date right back here. We got a 1955 from Denver. I'll check that for the D over S off camera, and if we got it, I'll bring you in. And then this one looks old, so let's just pull it out and check it. No mint mark, so it's a Philly. Looks like we got another 1946. And like with the first one, I am not seeing a die break there. It's a pretty evident one. And the R doesn't have the little notch in it, so I'm not thinking that's a Henning nickel. Let me check this 55D, and if I've got a double die, or RP D over S, I'll bring in. We're on roll 8, and one coin from the end. We got a 1954 from, do you believe? That is a Denver. Coin isn't in too bad a shape. I think my 54D is in pretty good shape in the album, so I don't have my fingers crossed. We're on roll 11, and we've got another 1950s. This time it is a 1953 from Philly. A couple coins later, we got a 1959 from Denver. We're on roll 12, and we got another 1956 from, I do believe that is a D over there. And it is from Denver. We're on roll 13, and I had an ender and didn't even realize it. That is a 1949 from Philly. Definitely has the ring of death on it. We're on roll 16, and we got a crusty 1956 from Denver. We're on roll 19 of the nickels, and we got a 1959 from Denver. on roll 20. We got the oldest of the box so far. And that is in 1941 from Denver. We're on roll 23, and I almost missed it. And then I looked a little closer. We got an S mark on a 2005. So we've got a proof in this 30 rolls of nickels. Definitely seen some circulation, but it has a lot of its cameo yet, and a lot on the back there. I don't know if there's any errors or varieties on proof nickels. Let me hop on my site that I research most of my stuff on and see if there's any 2005 S varieties. I'll be right back. Well, it looks like the only thing they have for the 2005 proofs is the Ocean and View variety. Has a few minor DDRs on them. This one does not, but a cool coin to find in circulation, that's for sure. Alright, let me get back to the hunt. We're on roll 26, and we got another 1958 from Denver. Well, we're on the last roll of the nickels, and it's going to have at least one more find, and that's a Canadian 1988 beaver. Well, let's just look real quick just to finish up here. We got only a couple coins left, so they look like they're all going to be, except for one, all of the newer era. So, like I said at the beginning of this video, if I don't got very many finds, I don't think any of these will actually upgrade my album. So, we'll save these and check with my next full nickel box. We did end up though with, out of 30 rolls, 5 from the 40s, 8 from the 50s, a Canadian, and a proof. So let me get these out of the way, and we'll get started with roll 1 of the quarters. Looks like I got a variety right there to check for, and that's the extra tree. So I'll get these out of the way and we'll get started. We're on roll 20 of the quarters, and I just came across something I've never found before. And if you look, it is a 1984, and you can see the extra material there. That is definitely an off-center strike. Flip it over, and you can see on the back it ain't quite as extreme as the front, but that is cool. This is the first one I've ever found. Definitely a really cool oddity. And it is from, looks like Philadelphia. But as you can see, most of the coin, or part of the coin, is way off. So we'll set that one aside. That's not going back into circulation. It may make it on my eBay page though. We'll see. Alright, let me go ahead and get back to the hunt. We're on roll 44 of the hunt, and that's all I've really pulled aside to check for varieties. It has been pretty light of a hunt until now. There's a privy mark. It's in pretty tough shape. It's definitely seen circulation, but we got a privy and a W, so it's definitely 2020. Let's flip it over and see what we got. Looks like it is the American Samoa. Well, we finally found a West Point. That has Definitely seen better days, but I'll take a West Point any day. Alright, let me get back to the hunt. Well, that box is officially hunted. And I came across one of each of the 2010s to add to my new 2010 collection that I'm starting. And then I came across 4 really nice Washington quarters. I got a 66. I almost think it might be an SMS. A 71D that's in pretty good shape. A 77D that's in really nice shape. And a 1982 Denver that's in really good shape. I'm going to check them against the album and see if they upgrade it. And then I came across a 2006 Texas. This one is a Denver, and I usually don't ever find Denvers with the die chip on the top of the state, but today I did. It's not a very big die chip. It's kind of small compared to the Philadelphia ones. And then I'll throw this under the scope. It's another Homestead quarter with one of the DDRs on it. Let me throw it under the scope real quick. And if you look right here, you can see the DDR, and I do believe this one is going to be DDR 055 if I remember right. It's in pretty rough shape, so I'll probably throw this one back into circulation. Of course, we also got that 2020 American Samoa West Point. Usually when I don't find silver, my West Points are my high point, but that right there, the 1984 Philadelphia off center, is probably my favorite of this hunt so far. I think it's an off center. I'm pretty sure it's an off center. Usually when you got an off center, it's off centered equal on both sides, and this one looks like it's mostly on one side, so if it's a misaligned die, it's an extremely misaligned die on one side. But personally, I think that's my favorite one of the whole hunt. So thank you for joining me on this quarter box and nickel hunt. That nickel hunt wasn't the greatest, but finding a proof in a nickel box is always fun. So like always, I'm going to post a link right up here for my eBay page. I'm going to put probably, I don't know, well, I'm thinking about it, this 84 off center or misaligned die, whichever one it is, on there. And hopefully everybody's enjoying the spring weather we're getting. And until next time, stay warm, stay safe, and happy hunting, guys.
Here we go.